Hey everybody, it's David North from MMORPG.com, and I'm going to take you on a little tour, a tour of the Norn capital city. Pretty much we're just going to go through a circle, just to hit all the major parts. Um, I'm really impressed with this area. I mean, it's probably my favorite capital city. From what we've seen, they still haven't shown us all of the races, but anyways, let me get into something a little more comfortable here. Oh, nice. That's much better. All right, on to the tour. First thing I'd like to point out is just how much detail they put into these environments. I mean, this is the trade center pretty much. Um, Lots of merchants on this side with buggies and locals that just kind of walk around. And then here we are. That's quite a bit of detail for, this is a craftsman and he has all of his necessary equipment around him. It's just really impressive with the amount of detail they put into this. And it actually works as the tools you'll actually use, so it's not just for looks. And this is really cool. This is for the jeweler. Geodes and crystals just scattered about. What I really like about it is each area kind of, this is how I would see the Norn, just kind of setting things up. I mean, even the forge, look at this. It pretty much has that curve and, the same type of detail that we would see in other Norn architecture for both the armor and the weaponsmith. And then, of course, these weapon racks lying around. Just lots of detail. I'm really impressed. Really impressed. Of course, I'm not really surprised. The first game definitely had a lot of detail in it. Um, and this game is on a much larger scale. So it would only make sense that they put so much time and effort into trying to get you immersed into the game. And that's pretty much what they've done. I do feel like I'm in a really large city. Oh, here's another cool little thing. Somebody was painting. That's kind of nice. But onward with the tour. Let's see. We're going to go into the Great Lodge. Um, Notice these ridiculously large doors. I just can't get over them. I want to see somebody try to open them. Well, heck, they're open right now. I want to see somebody try and close them. How many Norn does it take to close a door? Somebody make a joke out of that. Anyways, um, got some really cool. I think this is concept art that since it's Norn related, they're using those as just more decoration to kind of throw in. And then here we have it, the Great Lodge main area. There it is. My favorite part. Leave it to the Norn to just take like a dragon tooth and just hang it up on display. Only the Norn would do that. It's just awesome looking. Love it. Lots of locals in the area. And there's merchants too. There's merchants right here. And I think the reason that you'll find a merchant just about anywhere is because there's important NPCs scattered everywhere. And the reason is because everybody has a different personal story. So you're going to have to go to different areas. Not everybody's going to be able to go to the same spot. So, but anyways, tables, chairs, benches, environmental props that you know, it makes sense to have these everywhere. And as you can see, there's that woodworking everywhere, and then, oh, there you go, some drink. More concept art posted around. I really am impressed with the detail. I can't say that enough. And all the cities, not just this one. No matter where you go, there's detail in every environment. It's very impressive. So, you know, mad props to the ArenaNet team for putting this together so well. That's it for the Great Lodge. We're going to uh, go here, and this is right in the center of the city. It's a little bit different. There isn't really any buildings. Um, Mostly open area, and over the course of the beta, I see a lot of players kind of meet and greet in this area as opposed to the other spots. But the main thing here is this crazy little, well, big, I should say, structure. We have a really cool fire that's hanging underneath these ice slabs, and you can see right there. There's this picture, and it corresponds with the lodge that it's facing. So the dragon tooth was in there, so it has that dragon tooth there. And there's the NPCs talking. I love the voice acting. It adds so much immersion to this game. And right there, oh, there you can see it, the wolf facing the wolf lodge. But the next important area is here we have all the guild related NPCs. And that's probably why I've seen so many players around here. But this is a pretty important area. Um, and once again, you have your merchants. Merchants are everywhere. They're pretty much the key to keeping your inventory from overflowing, because it does happen a lot. From just drops in general, and then on top of that, you're salvaging from useless items to get something that you can really work with. But anyways, next on the tour is the lodges, and we're basically just gonna kind of look outsides, um, just so you can see how they're represented. Um, Here's the wolf. We have the cool ice sculptures in the front with the wolf on the face of the building. All the buildings pretty much look the same outside. That's pretty much the only difference you're going to see. The interiors are pretty different, and just for the sake of it, we'll just go inside the wolf lodge. Through these massive doors here, and here we are. Um, they're all set up differently, but one thing is they do all have these kind of fire pits with really cool detail on there. You'll see the image of the corresponding animal spirit um, in different areas of the interior. So there we see the wolf again. And once again, merchants and locals just kind of hanging out, um, telling different stories and oh, here we have some travelers. Sure, that's interesting. But using all these props, it really does bring life. It really does bring life to the whole thing. The whole environment just it just becomes more believable, and it just grabs you into the game. I'm really impressed. I know I've said that 1,000 times, but it's true. I'm just all right. Going back out here, you'll notice that there is some lag. It's actually gotten better from the last beta, and they're still not done messing around with getting optimization and everything done. So, try to keep your comments about the lag positive. I'm sure you've seen videos from the other beta, and they were a little laggy too, but it really has gotten a lot better. I think it's just that this area is so huge, and it's a lot more open than the other areas. Here we have the Bear Lodge, and once again you have your ice sculptures and the bear statue on the face. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at the outside of the Raven. And I like these statues because they actually hide the base so that it can make the Raven look like it's flying. I really like that. And instead of just the face, the Raven actually gets the whole body there on the face of its building. So that's really cool. And then last, you have Snow Leopard. Really cool ice statues. I really like these ice statues. They really show the size and scope of everything because the Norn really are a lot bigger than the other races. So, you know, it just really shows how important those spirits are to a Norn race. Of people that are larger than life, and for them to make these statues, it just shows the dedication they have to those animal spirits. But and we're gonna go to the last area real quick to kind of bring it into our tour. We kind of went around in a circle, but this area has some importance, so I wanna hit it up. It's a really small area. It's not a building either. It has a few smaller structures, but um, nothing large like the lodges. And here we are. Like I said, it's outside still, getting the beat down from the snow. Um, Locals, and then here's what's important: the trainers. There's a trainer for all the professions, and what they do is they allow you to buy those books to unlock the traits, so that you can actually get your points in there and start fine tuning your character. So this area is probably going to be another um, busy spot, but like I said, there's a few small structures, very similar to what we saw in Eye of the North for the first Guild Wars game. And of course, you have your locals and, a merchant. But I really like the detail that they put into everything to, just make it feel, I guess, more real. Make it feel real, so that you do get immersed in the game. And what's nice about this is it keeps to the lore. I mean, the lore for the Norn is that they don't stay in one spot too long. Um, Pretty much almost all of them are adventurers, and there's a great adventure right there. See if anybody remembers that. But yeah, it's interesting because it's just surrounded by mountains. They didn't build a wall like the Shar and the humans did. So there is a really big difference. Um, it's not just using the same type of props and building models. They really did put a lot of time to make everything unique, and I really appreciate them for doing that. It keeps the game um, just at a level that I never really expected uh, any MMO right now to reach. I was just really impressed with the amount of detail and variety that they brought in. But that'll do it. That's pretty much all the important areas for the Norn capital.